My name is Jim Wade. I'm a tax attorney here in Maine. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about an IRS audit alert. So this is for people who may be audited in the future, specifically for tax years 2020 and 2021, possibly 2022, related to PPP loan forgiveness. This isn't an issue that many people have on their radar as far as possible audit issues, but it has come to my attention that the IRS is actively looking at people's tax returns related to any PPP loan forgiveness that they received. So what am I talking about? Last year, or in September, the IRS Chief Counsel, meaning this is the person in the IRS who advises IRS personnel about tax issues, was asked about, hey, may the IRS treat forgiven loans as income to the taxpayer if the taxpayer does not factually qualify for forgiveness? What that means is, let's say that a loan is forgiven when in fact it should not have been, because the taxpayer used the funds for personal or other ineligible expenses. Or maybe the taxpayer was not an eligible recipient. Well, per the Chief Counsel memo, the IRS may treat that as income. And the fact that, let me say it differently. If you're someone who's a taxpayer who suddenly runs afoul of that, just because you are obligated to repay that loan doesn't mean it's not income. What ends up happening is when you pay the loan back, you may get a deduction at that later date, but not right now. So in whatever 2020 or 2021, when it was forgiven, you have potential income that you have to deal with. So what should you do? Well, if you're someone who has significant PPP loan forgiveness, and that is quite a mouthful to say that, you might want to audit yourself. Check, do you qualify for forgiveness? Do you have the proper records to show that you pay those eligible expenses? And, have you talked with an accountant or attorney if you have any questions about, looking at your records to see that you in fact should have qualified for loan forgiveness? Highly recommend that you keep those records, because the IRS, if they find that you were a recipient of PPP funds and you're under audit, they're going to look at that. And if you haven't, you received forgiveness when you shouldn't have, well, you really should be talking to an attorney about possible criminal and civil exposure, as well as how that's going to impact your tax liability. I do not do any criminal tax stuff, so I don't know what I would say, how to deal with it. But you definitely, if you're someone who maybe shouldn't have, and here in Maine, we've already got 2 people prosecuted for PPP loan forgiveness when they shouldn't have, you really want to, sort of get ahead of it. So if you have questions about possible audit exposure for PPP loans, or maybe any other questions you have about IRS audits, certainly feel free to call us or reach us by email. Thank you very much and have a great day.